Hey, thanks for stopping by. I have something valuable here for you today. Last season, I was teetering between GM1 and Celestial 3 and just kind of couldn't manage to break into it. Kept falling back down into GM1 when I did hit Celestial 3. So, my solution was that I needed to take a look at my own gameplay, but it gave me another problem. How do I choose which game to look at? It's actually a pretty easy problem to solve, that it is, because you want to look at close games, because they're the ones realistically that you could have changed the outcome of. So anything that you felt you either just barely lost or just barely won are going to be your best options. A reminder that you want to treat every game like you're the reason you lost, not because it's literally true, but because it puts you in the right perspective to improve as much as possible. With that, let's get into it. So one of the first things I'm going to try to do here is actually, I think, reasonably smart. I'm going to wait for my team to kind of start shooting and interacting with the enemy team, and then I'm going to go around and I'm going to try to land a sleep on one of their healers. It doesn't work out. Their Doctor Strange just puts a portal behind me on my exit, so my options are like jump through it and die, or die. So unfortunately, that is what happens. So let's go ahead and see what we're up to next. I get back to my team and I'm not really kind of doing anything right now. One of the most important things that I think you need to be thinking about is how can you get more value than what you are currently doing? Is the action you are currently taking giving you the best value for what you could potentially be doing? For example, right now my options are to go up to the left, try to shoot over here, or go back around to the right, try to take some attention off the healers, maybe get takes the attention of the healers, maybe get a pick. So what do? I just stand with my team and shoot at them, which isn't bad. It's not like doing damage is wrong. It's just you could be doing more. So I see my Psylocke flanking, and then that kind of clues me in, like, while I'm playing, and I'm like, okay, I gotta do something else. This isn't working. I don't know what I was trying to do there, but I do see that I can shoot at some people from up here. I ideally would actually hit the sleep on this Mantis. Then I make another mistake here, right? Not only do I miss my sleep, we're still fine. This is still a good angle. Why am I shooting at the Moon Knight, right, instead of the Mantis, who is low and is more important than the Moon Knight? Unfortunately, our Psylocke dies. I can't heal her from there. It may look like I made a mistake here, and it's like, oh, you could have healed that Psylocke. She's actually out of my range. I was spamming my right click hoping that she would like dash into it or something, but it didn't work out. So our Invisible Woman's about to ultimate. I make another mistake here. So if you see, I get into the ultimate, I start healing, but I stand outside of its sightline and I'm shooting at the Moon Knight over there. The logic behind shooting at the Moon Knight is he's not in an ultimate and I might be able to kill him, but realistically, I'm not hitting enough shots on him to kill him. So I also had my sleep instead of stepping into the other Invisible Woman ultimate so I could see the enemy team. I didn't do that. As a result, I just randomly threw my sleep and it didn't do anything. So shrug. So then I go for a flank again. This is a good flank, and I tickle them a little bit, but they're feeling adventurous, and they come to tickle me a little bit, but it doesn't work out because I have my glorious friend, the health pack. But then my team pushes in, and, you know, Doctor Strange can't leave his team alone to my pushing team, so he goes back to help them, but it was too late because his attention resulted in us actually winning this team fight, and then I do something diabolical. I randomly ult for no reason. Yippee! I have no idea. This was a wasted ultimate. It could have been used better. Just straight up, it could have been saved. Then it could have been used aggressively or to... Like, if I used it right now, we could go kill that Moon Knight. And we could stagger them and lead to, you know, maybe more time to push stuff. I could be killing their Mantis right now. Psylocke and I could have gone in really hard after that with my ultimate. Or on this flank here, I could play really aggressive. I actually landed great sleep, but you see I missed one shot. That Mantis was one shot away from death, but that was a good flank. Then I go back around to my team. Here's where I make a little bit of a mistake, is my team didn't need me. We're triple support. I could have stayed on the flank and waited and reflanked. I think that I could have done more. Now I'm sitting up here. I'm just kind of like twiddling my thumbs. I'm not really doing anything. I'm just like shooting, but it doesn't really matter. Our Hawkeye gets a pick. Their Moon Knight, unfortunately, does actually manage to get quite a few kills with his ultimate, turning the fight. I also go the wrong way. My Loki can't heal me if I break his sightline. I should have walked with my Loki, not away from my Loki. But I'm not super upset about that death. I'm upset about what led up to that death. The death itself, if 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 I did more prior and Moon Knight still got a double kill and we just got rolled back to our spawn, then it happens. But I could have done more. And that's what's really important to consider is we look at plays like that and you wonder, well, why does every game feel like it's just like a gamble to whether I have good teammates or not? The answer to that is because you're not doing enough. Like, unironically, just straight up, if you are one of the people who thinks like every game's a dice roll for teammates, you need a serious attitude readjustment, because even if your teammates are trolling every game, statistically, over the amount of games you play, right, like, you are the only consistent. I push up too far here. I just hold W with my ultimate and I die. And this is high GM Celestial, and I'm getting... I can't say I'm getting away with stuff like that, because I'm not. It killed me. I died for it. So, you may be wondering, how did you get here doing stuff like that? Well, the answer to that is, I was getting away with it. Unironically, like, I could just do that, get kills, and still leave. Sometimes I still can. Like, I still have games in this, like, area, I guess, if you want to call it that, that I get away with doing exactly that. It's not the smart decision, though. Right now, what could I be doing to do more? Pretty consistent answer. I need to flank. If you notice, every time that our team has managed to like push the point has been after I hit a good flank. So what am I doing right now? Well, I'm just sitting in main. I'm just like, what am I doing? The moon haunts me. Okay, well, Moon Knight got a really good pick on our tank. We're solo tank, I want to say right now. Yeah, we're solo tank, so our tank's dead. We're kind of cooked. We can't really do anything about that. Move on. This is, I mean, it's fine. I tried to, I wanted to see if maybe we could kill Groot. We couldn't, so I gotta get out of here. And do I get out of here? Yeah, I actually do make the right call. Also may wonder why I sound a little hoarse, and that's because this is my 7th time doing this, because I keep messing up the recording. But, you know, it's fine. Now, we're just kind of like waiting for our team to regroup. What we're doing right now, I don't think there's like anything crazy I can be doing, but there is something crazy I could be doing right now. And that is pushing up and to the right and hitting a flank. Why am I not doing it? I don't know. We have an Invisible Woman ultimate, so I push up in it. Wanna see if I can do anything. I don't manage to do anything, but it happens. I damage boost our Magneto because he's ulting. Hopefully he can get a pick. He doesn't get a pick. Doctor Strange blocks it. I push up in my ultimate to try to do something. It does prevent him from that Winter Soldier from killing my team, but and I think we do actually manage to kill him here in a second. Yep, but their Invisible Woman ults right as our Star-Lord ultimates. It's unlucky. I don't think he was intending to do that. And then I make another mistake here. I go to somewhere with no cover and I get chased by full health when I had already got poked out a little bit. So they just won that fight. I died, so I'm not here to help my team. Would me being here with my team probably have changed anything? No, we're getting held pretty hard right here. Moon Knight hits another really good ult. I missed a sleep on Doctor Strange here. Unironically, if I hit that sleep, he died there. Which could have turned the fight because they would have had less shield to work with, and it would have given us, our Hawkeye, the ability to get more picks through it. But it happens. I don't know what I'm doing on the left angle here. In my head, I'm like, okay, this is like an off angle or something, I guess. But realistically, it's not enough. I make another mistake here, so I need to go around to support my Punisher here, but instead I just walk in the open towards this Groot, and as a result, I'm not in a position near any cover, and I get caught out, and I don't have any cover to go to, so I just kind of went in and died. If you notice, I almost had my ult charge there. If I had went a better route, then I might have actually been able to do something about that, but I did not, so I could not. And now it is our turn to defend. Okay. Get everything sorted. So where do I want to stand on defense? I have no clue. I don't know, man. I try to play around whatever my like main tank's doing, because realistically, I feel like if I don't play the position they're playing, then it just kind of is an insta loss, even if I don't like the position, right? So that position for our tank right now, since they portaled, is kind of on point. So I'm just trying to like inspire people, but I am kind of cut off from my team, so I'm just gonna try to like shoot over where they want to walk up over at the top left there. We get kills. I say we, but I didn't get any of those. And we just chase after their Groot after we kind of kill them all, so we're chilling. Now, what do I need to do right now? The answer is I need to reset with my team. I want to, I think, be up on the left, like, back platform there, but my tank and my Hawkeye are playing up here. I immediately shoot the Moon Knight on. I gotta try to make sure he doesn't kill Hawkeye. Punisher's sitting in open space with me, so I'm just kind of gonna try to land asleep, miss it. I get lucky, I managed to get healed through that. I try to get healing on our and a damage boost on our Hawkeye. I mean, it kind of works out, but it could be a lot better. A Moon Knight is up there. I actually called this out to my team. I'm like, hey guys, there's a Moon Knight on the top left there. And I think in a little bit they do. I don't know if this shows pings. I'm pretty sure I ping him. We do kill him. I ping him and Punisher domes him. They get Squirrel Girl. Magneto gets their Mantis. Was Mantis ulting? No. Our Magneto also is just like not using his ult to counter their support ults at all. I didn't notice how often that happened this game. But Magneto is using his ults really aggressively, which isn't entirely a bad thing, but I do want to use this moment to take a pause and mention that you really want to avoid really trying to like review your teammates, because they don't matter. Like acknowledging like oh hey, my teammate was doing this the entire game, I didn't notice that while I was playing. But you really want to avoid getting really caught up on what your team is doing. Focus on what you're doing, because you can change that. You can't change what these people are doing. Even if you think that you have the biggest troll in the game on your team, you can't change what they're doing. So focus on your stuff. Like focus on, you know, for me right now, I could maybe flank. What am I doing right now that I'm not doing, or what could I be doing? I'm like, man, this entire time I'm like, what do I do? What am I doing? Like, I don't feel like I'm doing anything right now. Well, why don't I go around to the left and just shoot a little bit? Now I know that they're all coming up to the through the top there, but as soon as they started going around to the left, I should have went into this crack here and then went up and around so that I could get up on top with my Punisher. I ult preempt, or I miss a potential for an ult here. I still don't ult because I'm like, I don't know if we can win this, but then I decide that it's either do it or don't do it. So I should have ulted earlier rather than later so that we actually had a chance to do something. Because what happened here is the mistake I made is a really common mistake where you essentially as support are going to be put in a position where you're essentially ulting losing fights, right? And it's not that you ult late. Well, it's not always that you ult late. Sometimes it is just you ult a fight that you shouldn't have ulted because you just are going to lose it regardless. But in that case, it's because I ulted late. It's a case where you build a habit kind of waiting to support ult until you think a teammate is going to die. But sometimes you need to assess that like earlier. So not going, oh, a teammate's low, they're going to die, but acknowledging these are the circumstances that are going to make my team die. I need to ult now so they don't die. And that's what caused my Loki and my Punisher to just keel over there. If they were up, if you notice, our Loki and Punisher were close to ultimate. Our Loki had ultimate. So if I ulted, you may think, oh, you wasted your support ult, but my support ult would have kept our Loki up so that he could have support ulted. And now he ults here, and it ends up not working out. Like, sure, it, like, stalls, but, you know, they support ult, and we don't really get anything off of it. But we could have probably held that first point if I ulted earlier. Like, Sure, I could speak a lot to my team in these games, right? Like I could say like, oh well, that Psylocke was one, dude. If I landed one more headshot, I still died, but like it might have given me my ultimate, and then I could have like ulted and like pushed in, and it would have been crazy freaky. It would have been so cool. But that's not what happened. Instead, I made a bad call and I died. What could I have been doing instead? Well, I could have not been out in the open. I could have been in that building there, so that like when Psylocke woke up, that I could have gotten some cover. You saw me think about a flank here. I'm like, do you see me like homing towards it? It's like, I need to flank, but I don't flank. Instead, I just shoot down the sightline, and I think I ult here to save our group, but this actually ends up losing us the game, right? I think I try to kill this person. I might actually succeed, but I do manage to get that, but I don't have ultimate for that. I don't have ultimate for that, and that's game. Realistically, like just that's it. I'm trying to kill Strange here. I know that I had to make a play there. I say that ulting lost the game, but what could I have done better? Let's see what my team was up to during that, right? While my ultimate was still up. So it's still up, it's still up, it's still up. Still up. Let's go spectate one of the tanks so we can see. I'm pushed really far up. Realistically, I just pushed. I don't even know if I would say I pushed too far up. It's just that like ulting to save the group there, right? Meant that as soon as actually, you know what? No. Me pushing so far up with that ultimate meant that Loki couldn't get an angle to ult on me. So even though I got the invisible woman, it ended up being a bad pick because Loki had ultimate and he wasn't in a position where he could copy me. So we could have done more that fight, right? We're actually on 85 for a Magneto ultimate. So if Loki could ult right now and stop all of these kills, Magneto might have been able to stop them. Now they still have 2 minutes and like a